Shalom, shalom. Lord willing, y'all can hear me. Lord willing, y'all can hear me. I'm gonna try to make this as quick and smooth as I can. Before I gotta go slide and go to work. But first and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Yahawashi. Yahawah is the Most High God, Yahawashi to the world. Ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who've been ruling well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put in a spirit to endure. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect, scattered four corners of the earth, teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put in a spirit to endure. Mighty shalom to the wives and the single sisters that believe in His word. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put in the spirit to endure, right? Continue to pursue to be a loving and silent, virtuous wife. The Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Now, this video is really going into Wisdom of Solomon, the 9th chapter, verse 13 and 18 in the G&T. It really stuck. And you can see the title of the lesson. It says, being devoted to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi helps gain more understanding. And it's a video that I watched last night. And it's, let me see if I can find it. It's a video I was watching last night. And it was hitting. Like, when I tell you, he was hitting. And it made me feel like, I need to, we need to get in there and do better. And this video right here, Lord willing, y'all can see it, where the title says, reading brings out more of your gift, right? And it helps you build understanding, it helps you build wisdom, it helps you gain knowledge, right? But you have to be consistent, right? So I'm going to just read this. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 13 to 18. And I'm going to probably double back to this because, like I said, it's going to be precepts we're going to deal with just off of this whole section, right? So this is what it says, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 13 to 18. This is what it reads. It says, who can ever learn the will of the Most High? Those that are weaned from the breast, which will really be the servants, the prophets, and the apostles, the evangelists, the teachers, the bishops, right? Those are the ones that will be able to learn the will of the Most High, right? It says, human reason is not adequate for the task, and our philosophies tend to mislead us because our mortal bodies weigh our souls down. The body is temporary structure made of earth, a burden to the active mind. All we can do is make guesses about things on earth. We must struggle to learn about things that are close to us. Who then can ever hope to understand heavenly things? No one has ever. You first gave him wisdom and sent your Holy Spirit down to him. In this way, people on earth have been set on the right path. We learn what pleases you and have been kept safe by wisdom, right? And anybody that's in this truth, wisdom is Yahawashi, right? We were safe because of Mashiach Yahawashi, man, right? Yahawashi enabled us in this ministry because He seen that we were faithful, right? Our human self, could never get us in this truth. All the things that we were doing, especially in the world, never amount to us being in the truth, but it was really Yahawashi putting you watching Mason, Illuminati, watching this and doing that, putting you in obstacles to get you to right in this truth. But even if we don't come in this truth, the difference for being in the world is to understand that the Lord coming in this thing is very critical. How you learn, how you gain knowledge. You just don't just get flopped on your lap. And I had to tell myself this the other day, in order to gain wisdom and knowledge, Just because you know the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, you know a few precepts, you're not just about to get mad understanding and you know all these breakdowns and it just flop right on your lap. You got to be continuous, just like the brother did in the elder or whatever. I don't know what position he plays in Great Millstone, but that brother hit it, man. You know, reading brings out your gift, let alone it shines your light, right? This is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9. It says, whom shall he whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, right? Let me just see something. Okay, so whom shall he teach? Them that are weaned from the breast, and the servants are going to be weaned from the breast, right? Even the wives is going to be weaned from the breast. The children is going to be weaned from the breast. Is because the Lord already told us to, to diligently teach our kids whenever they in the house, laying down, when they up, or when they going somewhere, right? Let alone a man supposed to dwell with his wife, according to knowledge, right? And any man and any woman that's drawn to the Lord, right, are going to seek out the sincere milk so that they can be built up and gradually to understand the meat, right? But you have to know, you have to understand the laws, right, of the Most High through Moses and the prophets, right, who prophesied the coming of Hamashiach Yahawashi, prophesying that the two sticks, which is the northern and southern kingdom, will be one stick, right? In the New Testament, you know, their task was to bring in the other stick, the Gentiles. And that was a reflection of what we're doing now, where we're trying to, build back up the tabernacles of David, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Well, let's get into more some history, right? Because in order to be weaned from the milk, you know, who is the Lord weaning first? The men, right? This is Numbers. This is Numbers chapter 27, verse 16. It says, let Yahawah, the power of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation, right? Yahawashi is over our congregation. He's over, you know, and we supposed to be walking in his footsteps. Let alone who did Yahawashi set, you know, in the forefront, right? The elders and the apostles, right? The men that paved the way for this ministry to be the way that it is, man. Those are the head of the congregation, man. Those are the head of this walk. Right, let's get Proverbs 8 and 4. This Proverbs 8 and 4, it says, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men, right? The Lord's voice is going to the son of men. This is why men is raising up in the last days, right? It's more men coming in as truth serving Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. I just watched a YouTube video of Adam 22, and it's these rappers. I don't know their name, but of course they talk about taking perks and drinking lean. The dude was asking him his religion. He said, man, I'm not in a religion. I'm a brew. I'm a real brew. He's like, what you mean you a brew? He said, man, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. And when I think about it, I don't remember this man in not one video. He's in the industry. And he said he's a Hebrew Israelite. He's a Jew. But even though men are not doing the work, I'm just saying the Lord is waking up the men, right? He's dealing with the men. Let's get Ezekiel 34 and 31. Ezekiel 34, verse 31, it says, and ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your power, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Right? We're going into the precepts to understand who's going to be weaned from the milk. If the man is supposed to dwell with his wife according to knowledge, who's supposed to be teaching the doctrine of the Lord? The men, right? The men is supposed to teach the doctrine of the Lord, right? And it goes back into what we just reading in Wisdom of Solomon 9, right? Even though the Lord is dealing with men, our own selves, we can't do nothing, right? This knowledge has to be revealed, let alone the Lord has to wean you, right? He has to wean you through this knowledge, right? And the Lord has to draw you to his son, right? But we're going to get that later on. I'm over here looking at my calculation precepts that I have, on the line. But let me get this. I got some. I gotta do it. This is Sirach chapter 6, verse 37 in the GNT. It says, devote all your time to studying Yahawah's commands. Thinking about them, he will give you the insight and wisdom you're looking for, right? We have to be devoted. And that goes into, like Psalms 1 and 2, right? We have to be a tree planted near that water, right? We have to be planted near the Lord's wisdom, man, right? If you want to grow in this thing, we have to be planted near Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, because he is the wisdom and knowledge and understanding. We just read in Wisdom of Solomon 9, if we use our own wisdom, human wisdom, right, it's not even compared to the Most High's wisdom. This is Sirach chapter 1, verse 1 and 10 in the GNT, right? It says, all wisdom comes from Yahawah, and wisdom is with him forever. Who can count raindrops or the sand along the shore? Who can count the days of eternity? How high is the sky? How wide is the earth? How deep is the ocean? How profound is wisdom? Can anyone find answers to these questions? Wisdom was created before anything else. Understanding was always existed. Has anyone ever been shown where wisdom originates? Does anyone understand her subtle cleverness? There is only one who is wise, and we must stand in awe before his throne. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi himself created wisdom. I saw her and recognized her value, and so he filled everything he made with wisdom. He gave some measure of wisdom to everyone, but poured her out on those who love him, right? So the Lord poured out wisdom to the ones that love him. And the ones that love him is the ones that's going to obey his way, right? Let me just get this side precept. Sirach chapter 2, verse 15. They that fear Yahawah will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy, right? So even if you righteous or wicked, we're still in the hands of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. For us to know, for us to, strive for the truth until death, knowing that, I think is a verse I'm going to bring out later, or that's in another lesson, that everybody dies, right? But you have different ways. Are you going to die for unrighteousness, or are you going to die for righteousness, right? Are you dying, are you a person that's always doing something wrong and you die because you did something wrong, or do you want to be a person that you did good and you died for doing something good, just like us standing up for Hamashiach Yahawashi, just like Yahawashi was innocent and he took that penalty of death for all of our sins, right? But he didn't do no sin, no gall was in him, right? And that's the way we want to go. And the whole point is for us to not do our own will, which is, Lord willing, I could do that other lesson later today, right? Because the Lord didn't create us to do our own will, right? Let's get Proverbs chapter 3. Verse 5 to 7, it says, trust in Yahawah with all thy heart and lean not unto thy own understanding, right? And that's especially when I come in this truth, the Lord paved the way with the elders, apostles, to make it even more easy for me. If the Spirit is dealing with me, I can just watch videos, because the Lord says in his gospel, man, he says really in Romans, faith come by hearing the word, right? So I should be willing just to click a YouTube video of a teacher that fits my criteria, that my spirit bear witness with, and hear what he's saying. If the Spirit bear witness, I'm going to understand what he's saying, right? verse 6, it says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahawah and depart from evil. Right? And sometimes we can't recognize the evil, right? Because we're so blind by this world. But sometimes the Lord can tap in, and out of nowhere, you'll see yourself. And I'm just saying, most of us got into this truth by watching a video. You know, if we didn't bump into a brother speaking this truth, we probably watched a YouTube video and it just hit you. You didn't recognize it, right? But that's the whole point, man. Right? Leaning unto the Lord's understanding, man, because the Lord will make you confused, especially when you've been cleaving to false understanding, false teaching, right? You could be believing in Shakalulu is your God, and then you actually hear some truth. It will confound you and make you be like, what? Then you might getting upset that you've been lied to this whole time, right? The Lord will, especially when you hear truth, you will get confounded. You will get confused. And then you got to compare text, compare what you heard here. And I'm telling you, the Most High is going to always win in the end, because it says the truth take away the victory, right? Let's go to Proverbs 23 and 4. It says, labor not to be rich. Cease from thy own wisdom, right? Cease from your own wisdom. Labor not to be rich, right? Hey, you can work if you got the talent for it, but you see all that effort we put into being rich, but we're not putting the effort to be rich in wisdom, rich in knowledge, right? Because a nigga with mad money but don't know who his God is, don't know who his power is, don't even know why he is in Jamaica, why he in Switzerland, why he in Russia, why he in America, why he in these places, why life is going around this way, right? There's no knowledge in that nigga, man. He just got paper money. You got funny money, nigga, right? And you don't have no spiritual heavenly knowledge, right? Proverbs 28, verse 26. He that trusteth in his own heart, which is his mind, is a fool. But whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered, right? In order to be wisely, man, the Spirit of the Lord has to be upon you, right? And I'm not saying wise of the world, right? Well, we can make wise decisions, but the Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is the only way that we can actually really gain wisdom or actually move more wise, man, right? Because without Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, I can't really say that I'm a wise man. Yes, I have wise moments. Yes, sometimes I use wisdom, but I never had the wisdom of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? And that's what it comes to be devoted. You need the wisdom of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to be devoted and to seeking him, talking about every day, having an interest in this every day, right? A lot of us don't have that type of wisdom, right? Let's just get into Jeremiah. Where is it? Jeremiah at 9 and 23. It says, thus saith Yahawah, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. Right? We shouldn't be glorying in our wisdom, right? We should be glorying and magnifying Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi's wisdom, right? In Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi's wisdom is Hamashiach Yahawashi. Any man that's moving with the wisdom of the Most High, you are moving with the wisdom of Yahawashi, right? Knowing that our mortal bodies weighs us down, what it said in Wisdom of Solomon, the 9th chapter, it says that this mortal body weighs us down, right? And I have to go into G&T for this. You know, Romans, the 7th chapter, where did I want it? 15. It says, I do not understand what I do, right? This mortal body is wearing us down. I do not understand what I do, for I don't do what I would like to do, but instead I do what I hate. Since what I do is what I don't want to do, this shows that I agree that the law is right. So I am really the one who does this thing, Rather, it is the sin that lives in me. I know that the good does not live in me. It is in my human nature. For even though I desire to do good, even though the desire to do good is in me, I am not able to do it. I don't do the good I want to do. Instead, I do the evil that I do not want to do. If I do what I don't want to do, this means that I am no longer the one who does it. Instead, it is the sin that lives in me. So I find that this law is at work. When I want to do what is good, what is evil is the only choice I have. It's because this flesh weighs you down, right? Galatians 5 is a very good example, verse 16 down. We're really fighting a battle of the flesh. And when it comes to wisdom in general, this is a war between human wisdom and the wisdom of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And I'm gonna just say this little side precept, right? This is in Ezra, first Ezra, the 3rd chapter. The chapter goes into like 3 bodyguards, 3 young men that have 3 wise sentences to say unto the king. So I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, the first wrote, wine is the strongest. The second wrote, the king is the strongest. The third wrote, women are the strongest. But of all things, truth beareth away the victory, right? And that's not talking about Cat Williams. That's talking about the truth of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. But just in general, truth automatically is going to take the victory. So, shout out to Cat for finally, exposing certain things. But the men of the Lord been trying to tell the truth day in and day out, even starting with the Quran, right? The mark of the beast. But you have to know the inward you, right? The inward you, but really the flesh is going to always stop you from exceeding, to fulfill that spirit, right? The flesh would tear you down because your flesh would get you sick. The flesh would get you out of pocket, right? Our woman is getting pregnant, right? Yes, they are in pain, but that is the moment where a woman should really be thinking more spiritual and knowing like, dang, this is how the Lord is going. This is how this place is destroyed. Let alone, in order for that beautiful child to come out, you have to go through pain. And this comes with making love and doing those things in a room. It comes with having a child, right? You want to always think, us as vessels, we supposed to be entwined with Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Everything we do should be a thought of the Lord. When your body is messed up and you can't even, I know sometimes when I'm super, super sick, I can't even read or do a lesson, and you feel out of pocket. And through the spirit, if you'll be like, man, without Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, I'm nothing, right? Because if you're sick and you can't even teach, you can't read, it's hard to even really get into a prayer. That lets you know that without Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Israelite man and woman would be nothing, right? We need him, man, right? Especially if you was a dumbass nigga, right? We could show in the scriptures that the Lord would, somebody that's dumb, he'll make them eloquent, right? We need Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi in all things, right? For marriage, we think we could do it on our own, but we really need Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? A man should be stern like Hamashiach Yahawashi and put the work of the Lord first before anything, right? Let me just get this side precept, right? We here to labor for the Lord. This is St. John, the 6th chapter, verse 27, which is a very good chapter. I'm gonna start at 26. It says, Yahawashi answered them and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled. All right. And Yahawashi is the bread of life. And so when you learning a lesson, right, if you really paying attention, you'll be fed. Like if you watch a lesson, you're like, man, that was a good lesson. And you either took something from it, you got a precept, you were fed. If you watch the lesson and you don't got that, man, that was a good lesson, or it hit you in the spirit, I'm gonna just be honest. You didn't get fed. right? It should always be an experience, because every time when we eat, we either eating fast like my brother Ashar. Ashar, he be eating fast as heck, and you could tell he wanted some food. Or you have the that was a good lesson. Or you got another reaction where you sending out the video to your loved ones. Yo, go watch this video. Through the spirit, that's how you know the spirit got fed. You probably did get fed, but you could tell that the spirit got fed because it's going to always be a reaction, right? Verse 27, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him have the Most High the Father seal, right? And so as soon as Yahawashi come into play, you understand that Yahawashi is the word, right? And so you should be devouring everything, right? And that goes back to when we go to Matthew 4:4, right? This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. It says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God, right? So all the way from Genesis, all the way to Maccabees, Genesis, all the way to Revelations, from Yahawah Yahawashi, we should be perceiving their words, right? Let alone if I could do the lesson tomorrow, I think it's St. John 6:38, right? Yahawashi was sent to do the Most High's will. And if we want to say we Christians, right? Christians is followers of Hamashiach, or somebody that walks like Hamashiach, walk like the anointed one, right? And if we're walking like the anointed one, especially men, we're going to feed the flock. If we're going to be like Yahawashi, we're going to be all stern. We're going to be rough and we're going to be harsh, just like how Elder Tahar, right? You're going to be rough and harsh in this thing. And sometimes the way you speak, and you might be speaking in parables are eloquent. And when somebody talking to you, they might be like, yo, why is you talking like that, man? Talk normal. But that, you just grew in the spirit that you talk a certain way, let alone you not in that argumentative spirit, right? Somebody asks you a question, you give them an answer. If they don't get it, you keep on moving. Yahawashi didn't keep on pondering. He was speaking in parables. And the disciples like, man, why are you speaking in parables? Man, I speak to you. I don't speak to them, right? Because the Lord, Yahawah sent Yahawashi only for a peculiar people, really for the elect, the ones that's going to hear his word. And that spirit came down on this side, and you have to understand, we're only out here to teach the elect. Don't have it on your mind that you're teaching everybody. But if the 2/3 is listening and these other nations is listening, they're listening to their own destruction on what's going to happen to them. But talking about being saved and salvation, that's only for the elect that endures on this side, right? We almost done, y'all. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things that are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Because when we go back to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 9, it tells you that this body is temporal, right? And every man and every woman should be working for that everlasting life. Stop trying to enjoy the temporal life, right? Yes, I enjoy it too. Don't get it twisted. I love getting fly. I love getting dressed. I love stepping out. I love getting money to make, because the Lord said, if a man don't provide for his house, he's an infidel. I love being there when my wives have to say, hey, I need this. I love it. And then even if I spend it, hey, babe, I got to go back out. I got to go double it because I just gave you 150 or 170, 200. I got to double this back. I love being occupied in his word and providing for my family. All that other stuff, I can care less because I want to have that everlasting, and when I was in the world, a lot of us in the world were comfortable with this, temporal, and we're going to live we're going to live our best life. But the men of the Lord, they're living their best life for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? So just know that what we see is temporal, but the things that we don't see is forever, is eternal. And every man and every woman, they want to say that they have a relationship with the Lord. Then ask them, are you working for that eternal life? They're going to get stuck, because you can tell somebody, you can see somebody's work through their faith, and you can see their work. You can see their faith through their work. And if I can't see that you want this eternal life through your faith and your work, you lying, right? This is Isaiah 55, verse 6, and I'm going to read till 9. It says, seek ye Yahawah while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near, right? You got to find him. In the Lord, if whoever is on these highways and byways in the spirit working with them, the Lord worked with his prophets. So right there in them, you can go get the message. You can go watch the video or go pull up to these men, right? Some people think, oh, the Lord is about to speak to me right here. Sometimes the Lord speak to you through action, and the Lord speak through the prophets, right? Luke chapter 1, verse 70, right? The Lord always spoke through his prophets, right? And if the spirit not in you, you ain't going to comprehend that. You ain't going to get it, right? Right? And you got to call upon him while he is near. That's why you need to keep saying the Lord's name, man, because the Lord is visiting this place. Let alone if you see an earthquake, you seeing disaster, right? You seeing firestorms, right? You seeing a war, rumors of war. You should be crying because the presence of the Lord is in the earth. And I'm not going to lie, the things that's going on in different cities and different countries, the Lord is in this place, right? And we should be calling out to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Right, verse 7, let the wicked forsake his way, the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahawah. He will have mercy upon him into our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahawah. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than yours. So, man, even this truth is higher than our pay rate, man. Doing this is way higher than you, right? And when we look at society, look at your brothers and sisters. You can tell that this ministry is too high for them because they're not in it, right? To be in it is to have joy for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Is when women is outside really dressing modest and not having contentions because men say cover up, and the men where the men should be watching the men of the Lord and watching men teach more than they watching basketball, football, or niggas roll dice or rolling blunts, right? The spirit of the Lord is not in a lot of our brothers and sisters. I'm not going to lie. Most of the spirit is in the men that's real serious and diligent behind that damn camera, right? Doing sit downs, right? In the house or wherever they is, or on the highways and byways, man, right? The men of the Lord is in these congregations that's four corners of the earth, or they don't title themselves in a congregation, but they're in that one accord understanding a great millstone, right? The Lord is dealing with the men of the Lord, and if you believe in the days of old, just know in the days of new, the Lord is still using his prophets. It won't make sense, right? He gonna use prophets for one moment. And he said throughout all time in the beginning, he been using prophets, and now he just gonna stop? No, the Lord don't work like that, right? The Lord is gonna always continually use his prophets, right? Let's just go to this. This is St. John chapter 6, verse 44. It says, no man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him. I will raise him up in the last days. And right now, slowly but surely, we are in them last days. And if you waking up calling the name of Yahawah, by not saying Yehuda, Yetuda, or Yahweh, the Lord is not with you if you saying that name. Regardless of how you feel, it has to be one name. So Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, is drawing people. The Most High is drawing people to his son. And even more how we know the Lord is drawing men to his son, because we could tell if they're speaking of prophecies. Now, a lot of men is not speaking of prophecy, so they might not have the spirit of Yahawashi. They can have some type of spirit in there, but the spirit of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecies, right? Let alone he was based off of prophecies. Moses spoke about him, prophecy. The prophet spoke about him, prophecies. And Yahawashi was speaking of the good news, prophecies. Yahawashi is the whole word, right? And that's why we're supposed to be circled around prophecies. Everybody want to be circled around law, but the law is not going to scare or put the fear of God in Israel. Even when you use the law and you talk about when the Lord come back, if you catch anybody eating abomination, that's a prophecy. That's gonna scare Israel, right? You got to give them the prophecies, the dark sayings, and the parables. Don't just give them the milk, right? You being stingy, right? Give them the milk, and they can't just leave you and then be like, oh, I'm about to get this breakdown on my own. You got to feed them these prophecies, man, right? You about to close out because I gotta go to work. This is St. John chapter 3, verse 30 and 31. It says, he must increase, but I must decrease. He that cometh from above is above all, and he that is of the earth is earthly and speaketh of the earth, and he that cometh from heaven is above all, right? So, Yahawashi is from heaven, right? So you have to know he has to increase. And this goes back to brothers saying, brothers is praising and exalting Yahawashi. Yahawashi is from heaven, man. And worship goes into obey, right? And Yahawashi comes in the word in the name of Yahawah. So if we're especially men, if we're obeying Yahawashi, we're obeying Yahawah, right? Niggas want to hold on to 1 Corinthians 11, right? Verse 3. The head of Yahawashi is the Most High, and the head of man is Yahawashi, right? And the head of woman is the man, the Adawan, right? So at the end of the day, if we following and cleaving to Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying? We pleasing the Lord, because Yahawashi is the head of the man, and Yahawashi is following the Most High by doing what the Lord said to go get my damn flock, right? Salaki, get my people, right? So we got to understand, while we come in this thing, the Lord must increase and we must decrease each and every day, right? St. John 4 and 24, it says, the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him in spirit and in truth. Yahawah is spirit and Yahawashi is truth, right? Let's look at St. John 14 and 6, right? So it's really Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Right? St. John 14:6, Yahawashi saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me, right? And the Lord has to guide you to his son. That's how you know the Lord is playing chess while we playing checkers, man, right? Yahawashi is the truth. He is the word, and the Most High is the spirit. So when you saying you want to walk and live with the spirit, you're trying to walk, in that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, in that Rakah Kodash, right? Let's get that Galatians chapter 5, verse 24 and 25, it says, and they that are Hamashiach have crucified the flesh with the affections of lust, right? We put that flesh on the cross with Hamashiach Yahawashi. It says, if we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit, man. We put that flesh, we put that sin on the cross with Hamashiach Yahawashi, right? That's why when you go to Hebrews 6, if we go, after we learn this and we go back into sin, we like hanging Yahawashi back on the cross. That's why you want to always work, always examine yourself. Men of the Lord always want to work on themselves, man, right? Put it all on the cross with Hamashiach Yahawashi, right? That's why every day we making ourselves a living sacrifice. The same example as Yahawashi. Every day knowing that, my death is coming soon, man. Every day, before my death, I'm about to go do this. Because before he was about to go do the Most High's will, getting on that cross, he had to go feed the flock. He had to go do this. He had to go do this. Man, we got work to do, man. Right? That's why we need to be devoted. Right? Let's just get this and then I'm going to close out. Right? This is St. John, the 15th chapter, in verse 26 to 27. It says, but when the Comforter, which is the Rakah Kodash, is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me. And ye shall also bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning, right? And that just motivate me. It might make me feel like, maybe I'm one of those elect, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm understanding something, but I'm not saying I am. But just with those, it make you feel like maybe I was in the beginning with Yahawashi, man, right? But the Lord is is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi that put that spirit on you, man, right? Knowledge shall increase, but has knowledge increased in you? It has to be the Lord that gives the increase, right? Because we see in John, he must increase and we must decrease, right? He must increase in this world, in this wicked place, and he must increase in your temple. He must increase in our congregation. He must increase in the tabernacles of David, the 12 tribes. That's why Great Millstone and the affiliates, even the brothers I labor with, we are observing it. Anything that's not lining, we are rebuking the hell out of it, spirit, man, or woman, right? Because this is what we were here to do, to rebuke, reprove, and correct, and lead, right? So Lord willing, this was edifying, man. Like the title says, being devoted to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi helps gain more understanding, right? So Sirach 6:37, he will give you the insight and wisdom you are looking for. All you have to do is be devoted to studying, like studying your notes. It don't matter like what kind of notes you got going on. You know, it could just be history. You know, I got other notes too, but you study those things. So like, say if you're not in the mojo, say if you don't got that fire spirit and you like, man, I want to find a lesson. You just go through your notes and maybe one verse might come out. You know, like me right now, I'm still thinking about this thing. I keep telling myself, pray to have a clear mind, pray for a clear mind, pray for a better mind. And I'm trying to like say it to myself every day, because sometimes you could be praying and other thoughts come in your mind. You could be at work trying to think of the word and other thoughts come to your mind. You can even be trying to get ready for a lesson or reading and other thoughts come to your mind. You could just be chilling and thoughts come to your mind. So, praying is very important, so, if you want to grow in this thing, pray to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. If you feel ends meet is not working in the spirit, fast if you need be. Always knock at the door, because Yahawashi is the door, so he's always at the door. But it's your brother Yahawah with another lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. If it wasn't, it's okay. We're gonna get in there again. But with that, shalom.